Yo, everybody, it's Alpha Pickle, and I'm back here with another episode on our Enigmatica pack. And today I have started a setup. Down here was our spawners we had that we were moving with the cardboard boxes, which was working decent, but we want to upgrade this to mainly for the wither skulls. And you'll see I already have quite a bit built up because I was testing some stuff. But basically we are going to use something from Industrial Foregoing called the Mob Duplicator. And basically you need a mob imprisonment tool, and you right click on a mob to capture it, and that's how you craft it. And I got a wither skeleton captured in this one right now, obviously. And then basically this machine will work as basically a mob spawner. So whatever imprisonment tool we put in there, it'll spawn that mob. And that's why I have these pipes that look like they're going nowhere, is because this way we can expand it later if we want. So if we want to spawn like witches or blazes or whatever we might want to spawn, endermen, anything like that, we can do that later. And we can look at the working area if we want. I don't think we can increase the range. I actually did not check, but I'm pretty sure. Yeah, range of 5. That was the max one we can put on there. So that's what we got on there right now. So it'll spawn in that radius just like the other Industrial Foregoing machines. And all it needs is power and the mob essence, which we started to create, I think it was last episode or the episode before, with that enchantment setup we got upstairs. That essence we were creating, the fluid essence out of the solidified XP, we can use in this machine to spawn mobs. So basically I got power line running from upstairs back to our main system, and I also got a redstone control which controls this. That's why it's not spawning any wither skeletons right now. And then I got the ender tank with the mob essence hooked up and going into that, obviously. I also added a few fans up here, nothing too fancy. I got all these ones on pull, so it'll pull any mobs that spawn on top of these off. And then I got one over here just because, and I got this one always on just because I didn't want to run wire always over to it. I didn't think it was worth it. But since we got this cable in the middle, I think we would have to have one on each side. So that's how I set it up for now. Anyways, we should be able to place a mob crusher right there. And I think we have used this before. Yeah, this is the one we're using on the cow farm over there. So same thing, takes power. It's going to produce us mob essence in this farm, so we can actually reuse that to help us keep the supply of mob essence to keep spawning mobs, because that's kind of honestly one of the hardest things to keep up on with these Industrial Foregoing mob duplicators. They use quite a bit of mob essence, so want to make sure we have a good supply at all times. So we'll just turn this fluid duct on. We'll pump the mob essence right back into there. And then I think all we need to do is hook up an item duct down below like that. And I got it going into a crate. That's just like a buffer. And then I got one going over to filter stuff we want to trash. And we'll probably add more later as we add more mobs. That's going to the trash can. And then the rest going to the drawer controller, just like our other setups. And I left room for expansion, obviously. This is what we got so far. And then I also started to run the AE line, and again, we're just going to do what we've been doing with a storage bus on this drawer controller. And let's just run it right there. It's kind of messy, but I'll hide this wiring later. And we should be good to go ahead and test this out. I also added this dark ineffable glass right here, so we can get in and out easier. Cleaned up a bit, so here's our lever. Let's see. There we go. We're getting wither skeletons. And it's pretty quick, as you can see, as long as we can keep up on the mob essence and power supply, which we should be able to right now. And the essence is getting taken out, and all the items are getting taken out, and we are getting a decent amount of wither skulls. Although we can add a range upgrade, we're only adding a 2, and that's just to make sure any wither skeletons that get stuck for some reason get killed quick. But you can also add these, I just found out about last episode, Fortune 3 upgrades you can add into these mob crushers. And it's supposed to give you looting 3. And I think it does. It looks like it does, but it's sometimes hard to tell. And how you make this, the only difficult part is going to be the pink slime, because you are going to need 2 buckets of pink slime to craft a pink slime ingot. You cannot get this from the pink slime balls. Again, you cannot get it from the pink slime balls. So the way you get that, you have to make something called the Mob Slaughter Factory, and this is kind of like the Mob Crusher we got down there, but this thing does not drop items. It gives you liquid meat and pink slime. So I basically hooked it up down there before I changed the spawners over when we had the vanilla spawners in here. I just hooked it up and basically went AFK for a few hours and got us a decent amount of pink slime. So I think we got quite a few pink slime ingots, 17 right there. So to make that, you just craft, I think I have one in here actually, the fortune add-on right there. That's the crafting recipe again. And then you gotta actually enchant it with fortune 3, which I've been getting my fortune 3 books with this enchanter right here, because you can just throw in a book and quill and certain items will give you certain enchantments. So 3 emeralds and lapis will give you fortune 3 up enchantment. So that's how I was getting the enchantments for that. So now that we got this set up, we are getting wither skulls. I want to get at least about 4 stacks built up before we work on the next step of this. So what we are going to do is, one, let's check how our mob essence is doing. We got quite a bit. Again, I went AFK, so I got quite a bit built up. We're at 8,000 buckets worth, I think, right there. And it stays fairly steady supply of it. Right now, our biggest source of that mob essence is actually coming from our cursed earth farm over here. I switched it over to a mob crusher from the Industrial Foregoing, because that way we get the liquid mob essence and we're still getting the solidified experience to turn into more mob essence as our system is pulling it out, as you can see. So I reworked the system a bit. It's a bit more efficient, a bit nicer setup, a bit cleaner, but we got all our storage drawers exactly the same. Everything's running and we're just getting liquid XP now, which is nice. So next, something I would like to work on. Look at that lava. Man, we got a ton of lava. Isn't that beautiful? Anyways, something I would like to work on next is sand and gravel production. So the easiest way I found to make sand and gravel, mainly sand, but we're going to do gravel too just in case, is with igneous extruders with the upgrade in them, and they're already in the machine, so I'll show you the upgrade in just a second. Make sure we got everything I think we need. I believe that's it. Let's set this up. Basically, wherever we set this up, we got to send them into that. So let's just set them up right here. So these igneous extruders are the ones we're making obsidian with. You can make like cobblestone, all kinds of cool stuff. But if you add the clastic deposition, I think is how you say it, augmentation, it's really cool because then you can make sand just straight from water, which is nice. Very, very nice, very handy. So let's switch this one to gravel, and then basically we just gotta automate them a little bit. So we're gonna want power going to both for starters and water going to both. So let me run power over to here real quick. Okay, I got some power ran below, so they should both be filled up. Then, like I was saying, we need water in both of them. So I think if we do that, it'll auto output, and then if we throw a fluid duct right there, it should fill up that one. And then all we need to do is grab a bucket of lava and place it in there. It doesn't actually take lava for crafting it, but it does need 1 bucket for the operation to go. And there we go. We're starting to get gravel and we're starting to get sand in this one. And then next up obviously is just to item duct them over to our storage drawer right over here. So let's get the back set up for our output, and then we'll just do straight in like that. I'm not too worried about prettiness because this is our machine area down here on this floor. So, and there it goes. So 8 gravel, 6 sand already, and since we got a storage bus, we should be able to access these, and these will run until these fill up, which is perfectly fine with me because sand is the most annoying thing that we need a ton of right now. So with that complete, we should be able to actually move on to our wither builder this episode. So fun surprise. The reason we wanted sand, one of the reasons, is soul sand. We got a decent amount, but I want to be able to automatically craft it, and the recipe I was looking at that seems the easiest is going to be this one right here. We get 5 soul sand. This takes 5 sand and 4 of the wither dust, which we get a ton of the wither dust from the wither skeletons, which we have to kill for the wither souls anyways, so it works out good. And I already set up the crafting recipe for it, so if we wanted to craft soul sand, we can. Right there, you'll see we can just do 2 and it'll let us craft it. So we're back down here. We got 81 skulls built up. Not too bad, not too bad. Again, I want at least 3 stacks, because basically this machine that we're going to build right here for the wither killer is probably going to run, I'm assuming, I think I'm going to have it set up so it'll probably have a good stack and a half of wither stars in the whole system. So yeah, we're going to need quite a bit to get the system full to get it to stop running. So what we're going to use, as you might have guessed, kind of got a sneak peek of it earlier, the Wither Builder from Industrial Foregoing again. Super cool mod. This mod has everything you want. I think it's right there that I want to place it. Let's show working area, and as you'll see, it spawns the wither right there. And these blocks on the side are called wither dust. I have a few more right here so we can complete it. Very cheap to make. They take 4 of the wither dust, that's it, and they are indestructible, I believe. I could be wrong. Okay, I just looked it up because it was kind of scary that, because most of the tips in extra utilities are pretty accurate, but it doesn't say anything about it not being destroyed by withers, but on the wiki it does, so that is still a feature. So we're gonna go ahead and build it with it. I guess if it doesn't work, it doesn't work. So obviously if we block this off, we'll be safe from the wither. It should spawn in there and we shouldn't get attacked, and then we can kill it using a mob crusher. So let me go grab one of those real quick. Okay, so I got the mob crusher, and we're gonna place it on the outside of the block. That way it doesn't get destroyed, obviously, and if we put a upgrade in there, it should still be able to cover the range. I guess we'll see if the height's an issue, the extra gap, because the wither can technically fly up, but I don't think it's gonna be an issue. So let's just find out. So next, honestly, I think I just want to run power and test this before I automate it, because I don't want it spawning endless withers when it destroys stuff. That would be very problematic quite quickly. So let's just get power ran. Okay, so we're just coming straight underneath the wither builder, and we're gonna come down right there for the power, and then we just came down from this wire. We'll just connect all that together. Nothing too fancy, a little messy. That's about it though. So they should be getting power, and if that is the case, we can actually test this. Kind of scared to do it. We should definitely block it off first though. Alright, so we're gonna go ahead and place these soul sand and the skulls in there. Yikes. Whoa, that was weird. What's going on? Is it spawning? Oh, there it goes. And it killed it. Yeah, so I think that works no problem. That's super easy. Wow, they have made it super easy to automate wither boss killing in modded. Oh my god. I cannot believe how easy this is, guys. The stuff you can mine with your fist. It's like dirt, and it works great. I am so psyched about this. Anyways, let's automate this sucker, because this is amazing already. I'm not sure what we want to do with the wither stars yet. Oh, we get wither ash too? Interesting. I might just dump that in a trash can, because we got tons of it and I don't know what it's used. So we just want to put an export bus on the wither builder, obviously down here, and connect that up if we can. Again, it's going to be messy. I don't care. Then we also want to insert a crafting card and a capacity card so we can put more than one item in there. We want to change this to random mode, otherwise it might get stuck. Use stocked items, otherwise craft, that's fine. And then we just got to get some soul sand and a wither skull real quick, and just place those in the filter right there, and it should start sending everything we need it to. Pretty scary. We might want to put an acceleration card in this too. I think we have like 4 extras that we crafted anyways. Now we just got to figure out what exactly we want to do with the nether stars. I don't want to send them into a storage drawer because I don't want to have that many on hand, and I think you can downgrade these, but that just seems like a hassle. So I think I'm just gonna import them into the AE system actually. Let's go make us an import bus real quick. Okay, so I got that import bus, and we're just gonna import the it gives us soul sand from these two. What else is it gonna give us? If we put looting on it, are we gonna get more soul sand? Okay, so I don't mind if it imports the soul sand in the system. I guess we're gonna go ahead and import the withered ash into the AE system as well. Oh no, you see that? Blew up the wires. That's no bueno. Can we increase the range on this with the... Alright, let me do some testing, see if I can increase the range real quick. Okay, so I moved the redstone energy flux duct beside it because I think it's a bit more blast resistant than the AE cable. Or maybe it's just because we're spawning so many at once. That might be the issue too. But if we run into any other issues with it blowing up wires, we'll just get one of those interfaces. I think it's from actually additions or extra utilities. One of them has an interface so we can connect with that block from like over here basically, which is pretty cool. It's like the phantom block or something like that. I think it's called phantom block. Yeah, so actually additions. These things are pretty cool. Not too expensive to make if we do need one. Over that, I guess. I do think we need to slow it down. It seems kind of quick. I wonder if there's a way we can do that. Okay, so far it seems like it's working. It's still kind of scary to try too much. Right now it is off because I have it on active without redstone signal, and that's going to be our way to turn it off. So I don't think I've shown these yet. These are called ME level emitters, and basically you can put them on any ME cable. I don't think they take up a channel either. Don't quote me on that though. But basically you can set it to emit redstone or not emit, whatever you want it to do, when there's a certain amount of an item in here. And we're not going to have it on cobble, obviously. I just wanted to do that to test it. So we obviously got 3 cobble in the system. So right now the redstone torch is on, powers that block, and shuts this off. Oh, I thought it was running. That's kind of weird that it does that every time you open up the interface. But basically we're going to set it so once we have so many Wither Stars, we will turn this machine off. That way it's not constantly spawning them. And the only other thing I would like to do is get another one of these ender tanks and see if we can place it. I don't know if we can place it right here. I don't know if the pipe will get blown up by the wither. So it's kind of iffy still. Worst comes to worst, we can always move this back one, or again, if we might just hook up inner phantom faces to both of these, so we don't even have to worry about either of them. But anyways, I think that is completely automated. So let's go get a wither or a nether star real quick. Okay, so I got a nether star, and I think we are going to set it on, I think 10's a good number. We'll keep 10 in the system, and if we have 10 nether stars, it turns off. And right now we do have 10 nether stars, but that's about to change, because guess what? One of these needs to have, I had to throw another one down, but if we throw an export bus on here, just like all these other ender chests, and throw nether star in there, we should get 1 stack of nether stars built up into this chest. I know that's kind of crazy. We're going to have a whole stack just chilling in here. But that seems like the best way to limit it. We will have to keep a stack in that chest at all times, though, just as the way I want to set it up with ender chests down here. But that's okay. And then we can start powering the nether star generator now. So that's pretty cool. Let's go back downstairs and check on this. Still seems like it's working. Again, the only thing is going to be the essence, and that is powered off, as you can see, so it's going to keep building the withers. I wonder if we're out of something, because it seemed like it was spawning them quicker earlier, and that's why it was a problem. I don't know, should we? I don't even think I'll worry about the essence. I kind of want to. It's 1 whole bucket per kill. But let's be honest, once we get the stockpile of nether stars, how many withers are we really going to kill after that? Let's watch with all these freaking withers up there and see if it's going to be an issue. Doesn't look like it's destroying any of our stuff. And we could throw another killer on there if we wanted to. But again, I don't think it's necessary. If you really want it to be accurate, I mean, you could probably set more of these mob crushers here. There's a couple other ways you could do it, so that way you don't have 6 withers right at once. But let's check our system. Okay, so it does look like it blew it up. I think that's because we literally had 9 wither bars on screen at one point. I don't know if that was in video, because I stopped talking there for a minute and was going upstairs to see if it would keep killing them. And I counted 9 of the boss bars on our screen, so that's pretty crazy. So I think that is going to be it for this episode. Sorry this looks like a mess. I'm just going to build 2 of these phantom faces, and I'll show you how they work next episode. They're pretty cool, though. And we will basically move, I think we're just going to move this whole square we got right here about 15 blocks that way, maybe farther. Because yeah, we should be able to move it pretty far. I don't know how, if there's a distance on these. Let's check real quick. It doesn't say it has a distance. Or maybe it does. So it does have a distance limit. Interesting. Has a default range of 16 blocks. We can upgrade it. I don't know how much it would upgrade it. So we'll see how far we can move it over that way. And basically we'll just have the phantom faces right here along this wall, basically connecting to all this pipe like we have connected now, and then we'll have the actual machine killing over there. That way it stops destroying all of our stuff. But anyways, we got a decent amount of wither skulls. We should be still doing pretty good on mob essence. Yeah, not bad. I AFK'd so long, we shouldn't have an issue with mob essence anytime soon. So that's pretty cool. We do want to increase it before we start like running automated farms down there all the time. But other than that, we got sand automated too. We're up to 4 stacks. We got 5 stacks of that. And we ended up with 33 Nether Stars right now. So that is pretty cool. Next episode, hopefully, no promises, hopefully we can start on Draconic Evolution. Because after that Nether Star generator, all we really got left is the snowball one, which again is going to be really easy as I mentioned. I just haven't done it yet. So we need to make the rainbow generator, guys. To make the rainbow generator, we have to start Draconic Evolution mod, and I'm sure you guys know what mod that is. Pretty crazy mod. I don't know a ton about it, but it's very, very powerful mod. Like insanely powerful. All the tools and armor are like godlike if you get to the max tier on this. So pretty cool. But we mainly want it for the rainbow generator for power. But anyways, thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed this episode. Hopefully it wasn't too all over the place for you guys, but we did do some cool wither killing, so that's fun. And I will see y'all next time. Bye-bye.